The following program likely contains material that is suitable for mature audiences only and not suitable for children. It is by far not the nastiest stuff you'll find on TV, radio, or the internet, and will probably make you laugh more than it will upset you. However, because some people, especially in the South, are so damn sensitive, we feel obligated to warn you ahead of time. So if you've accidentally stumbled upon this program and are not a legal adult who is ready, willing, and able to be completely offended, navigate away from this station and log on to IHateTheFirstAmendment.com. You will feel better about yourself.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
He's absolutely Jason, he's absolutely gay. He'll absolutely brighten up the darkest rainy day. He's funny and loves movies, he's smart and he's a Jew. He's an actor and an activist and wants to hear from you.
Hey, welcome to my first show, Absolutely Jason Stuart. That song was written and sung by two of the kids that I just love that are my friends, David Kirsch and Ashley Hunter. And I adore them so much. This is my first show. I'm so excited. My first guest is David Koechner, who is an incredible character actor with more credits than anybody I've ever seen in my life. I mean, you have worked with everybody that I would love to meet, who I have met, some I've worked with, and it's just so great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So first thing, I tell people how we got to this show. So a couple years ago, I was doing a show called Name Dropping with Jason Stewart on Logo Online, which was supposed to be for gay people and gay icons, but Logo decided that they didn't want to use that many gay people. It would be like BET saying, we'd like to have a show with some gay people on it, but we don't want that many, right?
Yeah.
We don't want that many black people on the show. It says black, in BET, it already says black. And so then I moved the show over to Radio Titans, and I did it for a year.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Was Logo a gay-oriented station?
I love this. You're so sweet. Look at him. Is Logo a gay channel? So it's so straight right now, you don't even know that it's gay anymore.
Was it on?
It was supposed to be a gay channel. Here TV was the first one,
Oh.
which was an on-demand channel. And Logo was supposed to be the first gay channel ever. Like Comedy Central was the first comedy. BET was for black people, and all the Spanish stations. And it's supposed to be for us, but apparently they don't want too many of us.
Right.
They want more straight people to like us.
You know why? Too much disposable income.
Oh, is that why?
I don't know.
I think
that's the
it's
irony.
the most insane thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, it's so crazy. And then we brought the show over to Radio Titans. We did it for a year. It was great. Loved it. And you had to cancel somebody because you've been working so much.
Right.
And this is so great. You're now the premier guest. So it's going to be like the Carol Burnett show. You're going to be like my Jim Neighbors.
Nice.
And every time I open something, you're going to have to be the person there. Nobody knows these references.
Jim Neighbors, of course, who was gay, but not.
He just got married, and he
Did he?
actually announced it.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, isn't that cool? Can
Wow,
you imagine?
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, this is so great. So we got everybody here. We've got Fish and Greg and Alberto, who runs the station, and Elvis, who I don't know what he does, but it's incredible, and Michael. And I want to thank everybody here at T Radio V for giving me this show, Absolutely Jason Stewart. I guess the first thing I want to get into is let people know how we met.
All right.
So around a couple years ago, I was doing a benefit every year for 6 years for LifeWorks mentoring program, which was for gay kids. And you were nice enough to come and do a set with us.
I thought that was last year.
It was. Well, I guess it's been around. Now it's supposed
Maybe
to be
a year. Okay.
Oh yeah, it was a year. It's only a year.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been together for so long.
That's nice. I'm glad it feels like a couple of years.
And I was just thrilled that you were there. I couldn't say your name, and I can now.
Well, no one can because it's mispronounced. It should be Koechner. But I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and they apparently, one German generation after was dumb enough to not remember it.
But it's Koechner. It's pronounced.
That's how we pronounce it now. That's
Well,
the
my real
correct
name used to be
mispronunciation.
Greif, which was German, and it was the stupidest name ever because all through school it was good grief. It's Greif. It's like, and I didn't want to be a grief my whole life.
And it is
was enough
G-R-I-E-F?
That's why.
Okay.
No one can spell it.
Yeah.
It's just Greif.
Uh-huh.
And it's my dad's name, and he was really upset until I got successful, and then he got even more upset. He said, why can't you use the name? Why can't you keep it? I said, Dad, I've been this name for 20 years. I don't care.
Right.
So you're married, you got kids, and which is amazing that you're making a living as an actor and so well. You started on Saturday Night Live. Is that correct?
Amazing that I'm making a living. That's a general.
No, I mean you have
Amazing
five
that
kids,
anyone's
right?
Making a living, or amazing that I'm making a living.
No, just a guy with 5 kids. You have 5 kids, right?
5, yeah.
That's a litter. You know, and I mean, I wanted to have kids in my 30s, and that
Right.
moment passed, and I can't have kids because I have nice furniture.
Nice, you're right.
And I mentor kids now, but that are in their 20s, and they're all my friends. And
You found your purpose.
Oh, but I got to tell you, I'm dealing with all your mistakes. And when I was in my 20s, I had a boyfriend that wanted me to have kids with him, and he had a kid, and I thought, oh, this moment has passed.
Right.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Now, you have 5. What are the ages?
Charlie is 14. Margot is 11. We have twins, boy-girl twins, Sergeant and Audrey. They're 7.
Sergeant and
Audrey.
Sergeant. That's a kid that's going to be beat up. Okay.
No, he won't. He's a great
He's a
kid.
tough kid?
Yeah. He's not tough. He's just right.
Uh-huh.
And then there's Eve,
look
is
at
2.5.
Look at this. He's just right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He knows when to stand up for himself, and he knows when to let things go.
I grew up like madman. You know,
Yeah.
like the people I met where the mother goes, Jason, Stephen, go in the other room. Your father and I need to talk. Do it. You know, my parents would always talk to us like that, like we were furniture.
Sure.
You know, kids need to be seen and not heard.
Right.
My mother needed to go out shopping. She put a little, brandy on our lips, and we went to sleep for 3 hours.
Wow.
That's how she met the
Sure.
butcher, and that was her second husband.
The butcher?
Oh, yeah. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
We had this big freezer in the garage, and we always had free meat. My father never said anything.
Wow.
Because it was free, And look, you're so sweet.
Well, I'm listening.
It's a Jew.
Yeah.
This is the way the Jews lived in the 70s. It was fine.
What town did you grow up in?
I grew up here in L.A.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You grew up in Missouri?
Yeah, a very small town in central Missouri.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We are so different.
Very much so, but not really.
You have 5 kids? That's
But I mean, we have the same outlook on life as my guests, so we're not really that different.
No, probably not.
Right.
Well, I'm going to learn today because you look like the kid that used to beat me up when I was in school.
I've never been in a fight in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
You look like the tough kid, like the
Really?
kid that would slam me in
I
the
was-
lockers.
No, I was very small until when I was a freshman in high school.
Really? Because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like 6'4"?
6'2".
Oh, because you seem taller.
I wear cowboy boots.
Oh, okay.
So, another reason that you think I'd be a person that would not be as open-minded.
Look at me, I'm getting in trouble. I'm being put in my place.
Oh, no, you're not.
I love it.
We're finding our common ground. No, I grew up in a small town in Missouri, but no, I've never.
I grew up in Beverly Hills adjacent. Go
There you
ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now that, in terms of just culture, is
Oh, yeah. It
completely
wasn't
different.
actually in Beverly Hills, but we were close enough to have a maid once a week and yes, a
Wow.
gardener.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a friend of mine got ill, and I said, "Oh, honey, let me take care of you. Let me get someone to clean your house. I'll have my maid come over." See, like you would probably go to their house and clean up, right?
Not
help them.
now, because I've got too many kids. Yes, but before I would.
Yeah,
yes.
see me, and he looks at me, he just laughs. He says, "Oh, Jason." You know, and most people, because he's from a small town in Massachusetts, Worcester.
Right.
And he said, most people would actually come over and actually help me. You pay somebody.
Right.
You know, I said, "Honey, but did you love the job?" Sonia's great.
So you did two good things. You gave someone work and helped someone's house.
I love you.
Yeah.
I think I love you, but what am I so afraid of?
I don't know.
I'm afraid that I'm not sure of a love
Yeah.
there is no cure for. That's from the Partridge
I was
Family.
going to say it. It was coming up in my file.
So tell me how it started for you, because you, coming from Missouri, you weren't a Hollywood kid.
Nope.
Your first job was Saturday Night Live, am I
Right.
right? Now, you were a regular on the show?
Yeah.
That's like hitting the jackpot for a
Right,
sketch
exactly.
comedy person.
It certainly started me off. I was a poli-sci major in Missouri. I went to a Catholic college first for 2 years called Benedictine College. and
Catholic, Jewish.
Okay,
I
same
love the
thing.
Pope.
Same exact
Got a
thing.
great dress and a fabulous hat.
So I went to Benedictine College in Atchison, Kansas for 2 years by parental decree. They said you can go anywhere you want as long as it's in Atchison, Kansas. So I did that for 2 years. Then I went to the University of Missouri briefly. I was a poli-sci major, and I realized around my third year, like, oh, I'm never going to make senator. I wasn't born into a political family. I'm not extremely wealthy, and I'm not the brightest guy in the room.
Oh, neither was I.
Well, but that's what I think. If you don't have money or
Well, we're probably
means-
around the same age. I graduated high school, and
What year?
Fairfax. Oh, I can't say that
Yes,
out
you
loud.
can.
It'll make me throw up in my mouth.
your listeners want to know.
Oh no, there is no way you're going to get me to tell my age.
I
of my first-
graduated in 1980.
Okay, great. I'm a little different age than you.
All right.
Jason,
What?
10 minutes.
Oh, it's 10 minutes. God, it's 10 minutes in. Well, so we're going to continue. We're going to tell how you Saturday Night Live and everything about it. And
All right.
also, there's tons of people that want to talk about Ron Burgundy,
All right.
Anchorman. We're going to show a clip because you have this really great series. It's online. It's called Full on Koechner. I got to tell you, some of the sketches are so funny.
good.
We just laughed out loud
Good.
when my friend Paul and I were looking at them. We really did. So play the first one. This one is Selling Your Neighbor. This is hysterically funny. Everybody watch this.
Sell your neighbor. Most folks will tell you, don't sell your friends. How about love thy neighbor? Sell thy neighbor. Don't shit where you eat. Give me seconds. That's what I say. Sometimes the best sale you're going to make all day is living right next door.
Hey, Jerry.
Hey, good. Hey, could I borrow a shovel?
Oh, Jerry, it's so late. You know, I probably just should
The wife has got me doing chores.
Well, you know what? Wait, we just go right in the garage. It's ready to go.
Hey, Ed.
Yeah.
How are you set for motor oil? I got a hot pallet of winter grade.
Oh, Jerry, you're not gonna sell me anything because it's late. You know.
No.
I'm at the kids.
No, I'm not going to sell you. Let me get out of your hair.
Well, yeah, the shovel's, it's around here somewhere.
Oh, are these your clubs?
Yeah. Well, they're pretty old, but yeah.
Are they your grandpa's? You know what? I've got a brand new set in mint condition. I got from a school auction.
Jerry.
They're just in the way at my house. I'm not going to use them. Who's got 5 hours?
Jerry, I can't. I don't golf and I don't do anything anymore. I get the kids now. I don't have any time. I don't do anything. I have everything I need.
And I want you to keep it. I have this guy who's installing state-of-the-art home security systems. Right in your area. I could have him come out.
Oh, I don't.
Hey. Lethal response.
Lethal response? Jerry, are you crazy? I can't have guns in the house.
All right. No guns. Flashlights.
What?
Yeah. I got these Coast Guard surplus flashlights. These are the big guys, right?
Jerry?
I mean, they will put an intruder down.
Who
goes there?
Jerry, no. I don't want... If this is about money, I want you to take it. $50.
No.
It's not even a loan. You just take it. If there's no worry about it.
All right, listen, this is a down payment. I got about 20 cases of batteries out in a storage shed in Laguna.
Okay, great. I'll take give me a case of AA batteries.
Now, these are all those 6-volt, the big guys, the big square.
Jerry, what am I going to do with 6-volt batteries?
For the flashlight.
Jerry, do you want the shovel or what?
What's that? Oh, I'll get it tomorrow. Good night. Now that's a sale. I'm making coffee, thinking of you.
Our smartphones are some of the smallest and most powerful computers ever invented, and we carry them with us everywhere. But it's a juggle and a bit of a struggle to use your phone because it really takes 2 hands, one to hold it securely and the other to text and scroll. FlyGrip is the one-handed smartphone solution, and it lets you keep your phone in your grasp and use the same hand to control it. The FlyGrip is device agnostic. It sticks onto the back of any phone or case, and it just uses 2 fingers, your middle finger and your ring finger, to hold it. You use your thumb to control the device. It has an ergonomic, spring-loaded, articulated hinge that's comfortable to use and which snaps flat when the grip isn't in use. It can also double as a stand, either vertically or horizontal, and that makes it great for your phone, tablet, or e-reader. The FlyGrip even worked with American professional surfer Bethany Hamilton, who lost her arm to a shark attack and is best known for sharing her story in the movie Soul Surfer. Our devices keep us connected to so much that's important to us, and with the FlyGrip, you're much less likely to drop that connection.
Now available in 8 designer colors. Get your FlyGrip today at flygrip.com.
T Radio V.
Speaking of bits, keep them clean. Here, would you like a hit of my bong? The water hasn't been changed since 1992.
I think sometimes it's really a nice thing to do. It's almost like changing the sheets for a guest.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you just change the water and it's like, hey, I care. You're important to me.
Could we just talk
I'm gonna
about
give you fresh bong water.
how bad bong water is? It would be the worst thing you could ever spill on your carpet.
Oh, has that happened to you?
I'd rather have someone commit suicide on my carpet than spill bong water.
God, these bitches are smoking. It's the Canna Bitches. Wednesday at noon right here on T Radio VLA.
T Radio V.
Go, go, go.
It's a desert in my mouth. Oh, God.
Whenever you go to Thai food and you get a dish with meat and rice, ask them to put an over easy egg on top of it.
Oh my God.
And like how eggs
Ooh,
are
I'm
so...
getting excited about this egg right now.
T-Radio V is where you come to work and you drink and you get drunk.
Forkin' Amazing, Mondays 5 p.m. on T-Radio V LA.
Don't go home.
T-Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Hey, we're back, and absolutely Jason Stuart with my guest David Koechner, and this is so great to have my own show. I just got a little email from somebody. They wanted to know how did I get the name Absolutely Jason Stuart, and the way we got it was, we can let the music go down. It was like really long. They said to me, do you list the shows? I said, how do you list the shows? And they said, alphabetically. I said, oh, absolutely Jason Stuart. That's how we got the name. Somebody just sent in the thing. Yeah, because I wanted to be at the beginning, because I'm always at the end. Good night, everybody. So tell me, how did you get Saturday Night Live? Because this is the sketch comedies, it's like the golden ticket, isn't it?
Sure. I'll cut to the chase. I moved to Chicago in 1986, and I started taking classes. To take classes, I visited a friend in Chicago. I saw the Second City. Then I realized they taught classes. So I thought, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I saved my money. I was in Columbia, Missouri at the time. Moved back up there, started taking classes. I was there 6 months before I could afford to get settled in and afford to start doing it. But then I started taking classes in, I think, February '87.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. And then from that, I was taking classes at the Improv Olympic, the I.O., and then also started taking classes at Second City. So I was doing both at the same time. Met a guy named Del Close, who's very famous.
Oh, my God. Everybody knows
instructor.
Del Close.
Sure,
He
sure.
started Theater Games.
No.
Right?
Well, no. Theater Games were
Viola
started-
Spolin, but he is an
Well,
offshoot of that, isn't he?
Well, kind of. He transformed it into long-form improvisation.
He is
found-
like the master.
Yeah.
I mean, Del Close. People are, he's like revered in that community.
Yeah. So I got to study with him, and then I did Second City, and I got into a company at Second City, and there's some scouts.
Don't push that over. I mean, getting in a company in Second City is a really big thing. I mean,
Right.
everybody from Joan Rivers to Tina Fey to,
Amy Poehler.
Oh, so
Sure.
many big people
Sure.
came from that.
That's one of the ways. Yeah, it's kind of UCB now is the way. That's when you look at
That's the
things,
new one?
Yeah, more recent time.
And the Groundlings, too, I'm guessing, on occasion?
Sure. But UCB has become one of the most important comedy theaters in the country. There's no question about that. There's two of them. There's one in New York and one in Los Angeles now. So anyway, for me, so then I auditioned for Saturday Night Live, and that process, they fly you out, you audition.
How did you get the audition, though? That's the really big deal.
Because I had auditioned for Mad TV, and that casting director said, you should look at this guy. And so they had actually, they were going to put me under contract to do another show, like an offshoot show. So I kind of had a feeling I was going to get the job.
Wow.
It was kind of a mini holding contract.
I went in there to Mad TV, and they looked at me like, why are you here?
That's their.
What do we do with
problem.
that?
That's their problem.
This is interesting. We already have Michael McDonald.
It's just another audition.
Yes, obviously for me it was.
But you get stronger, I think, every time you audition.
So did you work with Steve Carell there?
Carell?
Carell, rather.
No, his wife got the job. He didn't even audition. He went on to do the Dana Carvey show 6 months after his wife.
Which
had
was
started.
sort of a sketch comedy show on network TV. I don't remember
Then he
what
did
network.
the Daily Show.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
you guys were friends through the wife.
Oh, I've known Steve through Second City as well. He was at Second City, and so was his wife. So we all knew each other. I happened to be in Chicago at an amazing time. Carell was there, Colbert, Andy Richter, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, Chris Farley, Mike Myers, Horatio Sands.
I hear Mark Myers is going to be is he going to be in your new movie, My Asshole's Neighbor?
Is that right? I don't know.
Well, I
was
was
that
told
announced?
by my agent, because I wanted the part.
Oh.
There's a part in there of Gordon, the boss. I thought this would be a great part for me to play.
Oh,
And they
wow.
said, no, they're offering it to Mike Myers.
Well, I don't know. I think all those things are premature. I mean, offers are it depends on person's schedule and stuff like that. I have no idea. The
I
rest
don't.
of the
He seems to be in hiding these days, Mark Myers.
Well, maybe he's got a fun life. I heard he just had a kid.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
With a girl?
I think so.
Oh my God.
Well, that's usually how it's done.
I don't know. God.
Well, a woman
in my neighborhood,
I'm
you
pretty
just,
sure
you just
that
get
a
an
woman
Asian
has
baby.
to bear a child.
You get an Asian baby, you buy it someplace. There's a country.
Still had to come from a woman.
Yeah, it's a
It has
country.
to still come from a uterus.
And somehow there's a country. Madonna owns it, and
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie has something to do with the paperwork. And,
Right.
It's all sorts of fun. So Ron Burgundy is
Yeah.
is like iconic, and I would think that would be a game changer for you.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a game changer?
Well, Saturday Night Live was the game changer. From that, I got all kinds of attention and got more doors were opened to me. So from there,
Because you
it's
did
been-
Wag the Dog, which was one of your first movies.
It was my first movie.
So
yeah.
your first movie, you acted with a 2-time Academy Award.
I know.
Nominated actor Dustin Hoffman, who was also nominated for that part.
Yep, it was
I
intimidating.
mean, that was like, what did you do just to keep yourself together?
Just try to stay focused. And then, like that, I had 10 lines. It wasn't like it was a big
Still, for
part.
me, I would have been still nuts. And
I was,
crazy.
I was intimidating. But you're there to do a job. There's a reason you got the job.
Oh,
so
sure. And Barry
just go do
Levinson
it.
is the director who directed Rain Man
Mhm.
and Liberty Heights and some of my favorite movies. Yeah.
It was my first film. It was very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
And that was you got that in Chicago?
No, I was out here then.
Oh, you were out here?
Yeah, I moved. I was on Saturday Night Live for one season, and then I moved out here. When they didn't renew my contract, so I just came out.
Well, I heard that show was like being on Survivor. I've talked to people.
Not the year I was on, to be honest, because we were all new and everyone was kind to each other.
Oh, so
And-
you were on one of the lucky
Uh-huh.
years. Because I spoke to Jean Garofalo and a couple
Yeah,
people, and she said
she had a different experience.
and Damon Wayans,
Uh-huh.
who used to tell me how he said it was just really, really hard.
Right.
Because it's hard enough just to get on a show, but you're always auditioning.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ron Burgundy, how did that come about?
Well, Adam McKay and Will Ferrell wrote the movie, and
I love Adam McKay.
Yeah, he's the best. I had met Will, obviously, when I was on Saturday Night Live, so we had a friendship. And McKay I'd known since Chicago. We actually moved out to New York together. He got hired the same year I did to write. So I auditioned like everybody else, and just so happened, perhaps because I knew some of their sensibility.
Well, and they knew your work, and they were
Right,
certainly...
they couldn't offer me the job, though.
Right, of course.
So I auditioned and won it fair and square, so I was very happy.
Who was the
about that.
director?
Adam McKay.
Oh,
But
right.
the studio had the power to say this one or that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think they looked at 3 different tapes, and the guy who was in charge said, why don't we just hire that guy? And they were like very happy. They called me that day.
Oh, wow.
They said, we're not supposed to call you, but we had to. So that was really cool.
Ah!
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, great. One of the kids that I mentor, named Paul Lai, came out here from Detroit a year and a half ago. He's been really working his butt off. He's an actor. He does comedy. And he's such a big fan. And why don't we get him on Skype? He's going to call in.
All right.
And he wants to talk, because we want to talk about...
Do I need to put the cans on?
Yeah.
All right.
Anchorman 2, which
Yeah.
is called...
Anchor Deuce. Right now it's called The Legend Continues. I think that's...
Is Christina Applegate going to be in it
Oh,
again?
yeah.
I love her.
She's fantastic.
Isn't she?
Yeah, yeah.
That's such a combination between funny and sexy is
Mm-hmm.
so, and feminine at the same time
Yep.
is really a hard thing. And everybody's looking for it always. They don't look for it in men, but they look for it in women all the
Yeah,
time.
it's almost unfair. Well, it is unfair.
Because I'm sure you've probably, being in comedy, you've had to deal with that all the time with all the girls that you work with and the women that you work with.
Right. Yeah, so, yeah, and I think she went through quite a process. There were, I think...
Oh, yeah, I heard
everyone
about
in town- Everyone in town was after that role. Yeah.
And she was
won it.
just
Amazing.
so,
Yep, she's
so
great.
funny.
Because she has this ability to, like, rein in all the boys. Like, there's 4 guys trying to mess with her, but she reins them all in.
Well, she was on Married with Children for 11
Yeah.
years, and I think that was...
I mean, the thing, it's believable the way she does it.
She knows how to act. I went with her
Mm-hmm.
once for the first time I ever went on a celebrity kind of trip. I went to Washington and marched for the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there with her and David Faustino, and I spent a lot of time with them on the airplane. I got to meet them. And an incredible gal. So, she was so young at the time and had such a sense of herself.
Yeah.
And to do that at that age, was just, I thought, really, really extraordinary. And David's also a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Do we
I've
have
met him.
Paul? Okay, let's have Paul. Paul? Hey, everyone.
Hey, Jason.
This is Paul Laya. We are actually working, we're going to start doing a series called Mentor.
Okay.
About our relationship.
Do you mentor Paul?
Yes,
Okay.
Paul is straight, and I'm gay. When I met him, I thought that he was in love with me.
Oh.
Well, not in love. I thought that he wanted to have sex with me.
You have a healthy ego.
Yeah.
No, because I thought, why is this guy talking to me? Why would he talk to me?
Maybe he just saw you as a human being. He
I
see you-
didn't see that.
He didn't see you as... See, that's weird. He
See,
saw you as a human being. You saw him
As prey.
As prey.
Yeah, exactly. I saw Jason. I was like, he's a human being. He breathes and walks the same way I do.
Right.
I think he's a nice guy, and then that's how.
Why are
we
you
started
wearing your
becoming friends.
glasses? You're so much cuter without your glasses. Take them off so everyone can see how
Maybe
cute you
he's
are.
comfortable wearing his glasses.
He is, but he doesn't usually wear them.
Ah! There you go.
Paul, you're a leading man. Take that off. So tell us, you're a big fan of Anchorman, right?
Yeah, it's very funny. David, I want to ask you a question. In the first Anchorman, Champ asks Ron, he proposes the idea that they should get an apartment together.
Right.
And I was wondering in the second one, do they actually get an apartment together?
Well, there are things that are advanced, but I can't give you any plot lines or
Oh, wait a
story
second. So that's
details.
advanced. I love that word.
Or plot things like that are moved along. You know, yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's clear that Champ is closeted, right?
Oh,
Also
yeah.
self-loathing because he's homophobic as well.
So the gay thing keeps coming back into your life. No matter 5 kids, you still can't shake that.
No, why would you want to? I love it. I love exploring the idea of, challenging the notion that your sexuality is anyone else's business.
Honestly, I do too.
It's no one's business. We're all just. I can't wait. Listen, in 20 years, the word "gay" is going to change.
Oh, I think
It'll
you're
only
right.
mean happy again.
I think you're right. I think it's not going to matter.
It won't matter. It won't be a part of the lexicon. Like, what do you mean gay? Gay means what? It meant what? So yeah.
Oh, you mean you only have sex with one kind of person?
Right. Who cares?
I think in 50 years it'll probably be gone.
50, you're right.
And
I think so,
orientation
too.
will also be gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think orientation is going to change.
Right.
I just did a film with Quentin Lee, who's this really wonderful Asian director who's done and producer, and he's really, really prolific. And Jill Bennett, who's like a known lesbian, and me, we played this leather couple in this film, and she like smacked a kiss on me when we were doing it, and the whole crew, you could hear them, and I thought it was because it was so funny that the two of us, people didn't realize that we would just go for it in that way.
There's 2 actors.
Oh yeah. And honestly, she's drop dead gorgeous. I'm attracted to her. I just don't want to go below a certain point.
Sure.
But I mean, she's just, and I love her. I've known her for years, and I think it's going to be really funny. And also, people are going to go, "Oh my God," I think people do, and because when I was telling during the break, I was talking about how meeting you, there's just such a sweet sensibility to you. I mean, I'm almost attracted to you in a completely different kind of way.
Sure.
Because I've been immersing myself in everything that you've done and how funny you are and the characters. You have this thing of playing these assholes.
Right. I tend to like him. Champ Kind is a racist, misogynist, homophobic person, and Todd Packer's the same way. The guy I played on The Office.
Oh man,
so
this guy.
Ted, he's got to be like that in real life.
Brilliant, and that was a one-shot thing that you turned into a recurring role. Am I correct?
Jason, 10 minutes.
If it mirrors the original British series, and there's a character called Finchy, which is much like Packer, who's a friend that comes around ever so often. So that was the plan probably from the beginning. Every once in a while, he'd just drop in. As I like to say, he drops in, throws an emotional hand grenade, and then leaves.
And I think T-Bone on your show, Full on Koechner, is a little bit of a brother from another mother. Let's play that video and show it while we go to a break. Go ahead, guys. And these 2 guys are so cute.
Hi, I'm Roy, and
we're playing Roy. Okay,
Roy
we're playing Roy
One
instead.
of the things I
Okay.
suggested was do your own web blog, which is also known as a video blog or a vlog. So that's what this is. Here we go. What do they say? What am I looking for in a mate? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm kind of already in a relationship. I live with somebody. It's confusing because my name's Roy and my boyfriend's name is Roy, and to make it worse, I have 2 cats, and they're incorrigible. Their names are Siegfried and Roy, so we're just one big happy zoo over here. Deal with it. Oh my God, was that mean? So anyway, here's the thing. Some people might say, Roy, why are you joining a straight dating site? 3 reasons, and 1 is none of your business. B, if you think I'm the only bi-curious profile on this dating site, then I've got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. I don't really own a bridge. Here's the thing. I don't own one. This is something you need to know about me. I despise dishonesty, right? I get the saying, be you, be upfront. Okay, so just be you. You know what happened recently? My boyfriend Roy went to the gym one morning, and he left his laptop out on his bed. And I was like, oh, I'll put this away, like I put everything else away around her. And it's open, and I look like, oh, what's this email account? It's not familiar. It's a secret one. And so I thought, oh, I'm gonna look at this, because I'm his boyfriend, right? Even though he won't tell any of his friends about me, whatever. So I'm looking around on it, and turns out he's joined some kind of dating site, and like half the emails are from girls. So I decided to, like, email them back and say, oh, I forgot to say I'm gay. And then I hear the door open. I'm like, oh, shit. And I just, like, dumped a whole thing of milk on his laptop, and then I started screaming at the cats like they had done it. And I was like, oh, my God. And so he's, I started fake crying. And he goes, it's okay, it's okay. And then I start rubbing his shoulders, and he said, stop it. And then he goes, don't worry, I'll just get another laptop from the office. I'm like, office? You work as a waiter. I didn't say it, but I thought it was, that's weird. Well, anyway, the next day, he's got a new used laptop, right? I was like, huh. He goes, oh, got it from eBay. I'm like, okay, sure, makes sense. Anyway, this is Roy looking for love in California. Is this still on? Beautiful dreamer, wake unto thee, starlight.
T Radio V.
Yeah, I think what I do with Zev is trolling.
For sure.
Zev
for sure.
hates more than anything is he'll tweet something and then I'll retweet it right away. Because he wants it to like wait and then have its day. Zev's a fun guy to troll. Everybody should try trolling Zev. I highly recommend it.
I'm pretty sure the Lakers would be a way to troll Zev.
That would be a good way to troll Zev. By the way, we're at 855-878.
Meet your death, too.
Let's Get Digital. Wednesday, 6 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
T Radio V.
This is a show about love, sex, celebrity, entertainment.
Everything
Awkward. The extremity of individuality. 3 balls! The man has 3 testicles!
But it doesn't really, it's not so bad.
She was like a yeti. Hope you don't mind, I don't shave in the winter. Oh. And it's like, you're in California. You don't shave in the winter? What is that?
Awkward with Destin and Rachel. Thursdays at 4 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
T Radio V.
I do a lot of things. When I read people, I tell them what's going on in their lives.
I've got a lady that's emailing me continually.
This is going to freak you out. It's not a lady.
Oh, catfish!
I just like to know if you could give me 6 lucky lotto numbers.
Okay, everybody get a pen.
You know, his biggest thing he's into, he's sort of addicted to pornography. Does that make sense to you?
Oh my God, yes, that makes sense.
The Gary Spivey Show, Wednesdays at 1 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
Hey, see you guys then.
You take care.
T Radio V.
Did you hear Lil Wayne's been having some health issues?
Who hasn't heard that?
What actually is the story with that? Because I haven't been following it that closely.
He's hooked on this thing called scissors, which is...
Scissors?
It's scissor. It's
That's
another...
not scissor.
No, I'm not... Well, maybe it's scissor. But it's...
You're the whitest man in the world,
It's
David.
scissor, apparently. It's scissor.
I'm just going to laugh under the table. You continue. Game over, man. Game over.
The LA Music Blog, Thursdays, 8 to 10 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Hey, we're back. Absolutely Jason Stuart with my guest, David Koechner. And there we go. We're getting the music thing right. So we were talking about in the commercial, You and I Can't Stop Talking. You're like a brother from another mother. That's what you feel like. You're really touching me, honestly.
Really?
I'm really very touched by it.
No,
No, because...
cold heart is finally melting?
Do I seem that little that way?
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're trying to describe yourself as that way.
Well, no, because...
You're guarded, maybe.
I am,
you
you
feel
know.
guarded around me because you thought I was a different type of personality.
Yes, and I always think that people think that I'm a different kind of person because when I came out 20 years ago, you know, people perceive gay persons to be a certain way, and there's a certain femininity. And
All of you.
And that's not me.
Yeah.
I enjoy my masculinity. I enjoy that side of myself.
Because first you're a man.
Yeah, and I'm very into it, and I have been. And since I was in my late 30s,
Yeah.
it really sort of became a much stronger part of me. And I can see that you've dealt with the same thing because you've been cast so much in these asshole. I mean, you're actually doing a film called My Asshole Neighbor.
Yeah.
I mean, there couldn't
Yeah.
be. And I'm in a movie called My Big Gay Love. So, I mean, there isn't.
Two things that define us.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I think that that's really. So, when did you start feeling that you had to explain yourself? And was it a conscious choice to change how you wanted to be perceived?
Oh, no. I like to work. So whatever comes along. I think probably from the sketch work people saw on Saturday Night Live that they might cipher that I have a few different guns to play.
Well,
or,
Roy is the funniest guy that I've ever met in my entire life.
Oh, good.
I think Roy.
I almost got Roy on SNL, but we called him something else.
How could they not want him?
Lauren thought it would play too soft. It got all the way to dress. We were going to do it that night, that afternoon, that week of rehearsal.
Roy was too soft.
They thought
it's the most hysterical. I mean, maybe it's because I'm gay, but I know that character. I know that guy.
And you know what? Everybody. Sorry to interrupt you, but everybody in the wardrobe department that happened to be gay said, "Oh my God, I love this guy," and they were very excited to help.
It would have been a breakout character.
I think so too, because the guy that everybody knows, and I play it respectfully. It's just a guy who happens to be gay. I'm glad that you like it, because I was a bit apprehensive, thinking, does this seem offensive at all?
I'm sure it would be to some people, and to me, it's I'm sure it is, because some people are so PC. I always do a show and I go, I know there's going to be two lesbians pissed off. I know that's it. There's nothing you can do.
Someone's gonna get mad.
And there's going to be some gay guy said, "How dare you make that joke? And why are you doing this? And why are you doing that?" Joan Rivers has the best thing. She says, if somebody doesn't walk out of your show, you've lost your edge. You got to do that, and not everybody's going to like everything you do. Comedy's like food.
Yeah.
Sometimes it tastes good, and sometimes it's like, oh man,
Yep.
I tell that to Paul all the time when he's doing stuff. I said, people don't always know everything, and everything doesn't feel the same way to everybody. We all sit in a different place in the Rubik's Cube of life.
Plus, you got to be true to yourself. You got to do your thing. You can't do someone else's thing. You do what you do, and that's it.
So tell me about Whitey. This is a brand new series that you're doing on A&E. Which I love. Am I right?
Yeah, we did it for the History Channel. We just shot the pilot.
So it's not on A&E?
Not yet. Well, I guess it's their network. They have their choice. I don't
so
know
is this something you developed and created?
No. It came to me. I was offered the role.
Wow.
And I was
because it sounds like something you would create.
Right. A couple years ago, I created something similar, but he was not bigoted, about a couple that had moved into, they thought they were going to flip this apartment building because the neighborhood was changing, and then the economy stopped, and they got stuck having to live in an apartment building with all kinds of different ethnicities, and they were the only white people in the building. With that script, we got to write the script for NBC and it never went. So it was interesting that this thing came to me while I was shooting Anchorman 2, and I said, well, we can't do it. I'm still shooting here, because typically pilots are shot March and April.
Right.
And they said, well, we'll wait till June. And I said, great, let's do it. So Alan Zweibel came on board, and Dan O'Keefe to do a rewrite.
He's great.
He's amazing.
Was he he's airport, right? Or airplane? Wait,
no.
What is...
Zweibel? He was the writer for Saturday Night Live. You're thinking of Zucker.
Oh, Zucker, okay.
Yeah. Zweibel's big.
All the Z's.
Yeah, there you go. See, you lumped them all together.
Yes, I did.
Look what you did.
All those straight people, they're exactly
Bigot.
Yeah.
They all look the same.
Yeah, they all. They're all white, Whitey.
But he's Jewish. How about that?
Yeah. Jews don't like to hire Jews. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, I don't think that's
I'm
true.
in the two groups you can't see, that have all this self-esteem problems.
That actually control all of Hollywood.
Exactly. It's frightening. It's frightening. It is frightening.
The gay mafia.
Exactly. I'd like to know them. I have the clothes.
Yeah, let's get to know them. Exactly. So, Whitey came about, and we shot it last week, Thursday.
Oh, you did? How did it go?
Went great.
Who's in it with you?
Paige Davis.
Oh, she's great.
She's fabulous.
Yes.
Fabulous. You'll know her from Trading Spaces. And the rest of the cast are relatively unknowns, which is fantastic.
Well, when you get that, that new gay neighbor.
There you go. Well, I'm sure at some point, we just got the pilot, so we don't know if it's going to go to series. We're hopeful.
I think they need stuff. They need contact and funny stuff all the time.
Well, they're doing something different. History Channel did their first original programming. They did the Hatfields and McCoys, which was huge for them.
Oh,
and
my
the Bible's
God.
done well, and Vikings has done well. So they thought, why not? Let's try it. Let's try a sitcom.
That was really just way past. I mean, in the most violent show I've ever seen in my life. I wanted to say, it's enough already. Somebody, please.
Right.
They needed a Jew there.
Of
to go, this is enough. I can't shoot anybody. I'm exhausted. Let's have something to eat. You'll come to the house. We'll eat. We'll talk it over. Oh, God.
So, yeah, I'm hopeful.
So there's another project that's coming up for you. There's so many things here that you're doing.
Well, I've got several movies in the can that I don't know when they're coming out. There's one, a Canadian production called No Clue with Brent Butt, who's very popular in Canada. Had a huge show up there called Corner Gas that ran for years. So Brent and I did a movie up in Canada. I don't know if it's going to get distributed in the States. I hope it does. Then another one that's really good as well is called Cheap Thrills. It's going to come out next year, February.
Who's in that with you?
Pat Healy, Sarah Paxton. So
So you're really starting to get you're starting to get leading roles.
Yeah.
So how does that feel?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? Right.
Oh yeah, no, ride that. I mean, because to me, you had your resume is like, I mean, you're 6 degrees of you. I mean, you're like passing up in comedy, especially in comedy. I mean, you know, God, Larry the Cable Guy. You work with Ben Stiller as a director. Jim Carrey is the star.
You're thinking of a different one. That's Cable Guy. Larry the Cable Guy is...
Oh, Larry the Cable Guy, the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. That's not... yes. Oh, my God.
Not the Cable Guy.
But still, I used to work with him in clubs.
You did?
I knew... Yeah.
That's quite a bill, the two of you.
No. He probably doesn't remember me, but he would do this character in the club.
Uh-huh.
And it was a part of his act.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it's same thing as Andrew Dice Clay. It like took over his entire act. And then he became Larry. I mean, he became this person.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of strange. I mean, the idea of that's sort of scary to me, like Pee Wee Herman or all these guys that all of a sudden they become
just one thing, and that's something we were talking about during the break.
I have one eye.
Do you
that's
do
why
one thing, or do you try? I've always tried to not be one thing.
I've never wanted to be one thing.
Yeah,
it's never interested me.
So it's fun having some variety.
I think so. Did you ever work with Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
What'd you work with him on?
Let's see. He was an anchor man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I know his sister, Amy. Do you know Amy?
Yes.
Performance artist, actress, crazy as a loon, but so funny. She did one of our LifeWorks benefits, and
she did.
she's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life. Yours, Mine, and Ours, Rene Russo and Dennis Quaid.
Small part. I worked about a week on that.
A small part for me is a day. You're in and out. Maybe it's 3 hours. Rene Russo, I am in love with her.
Yeah, she was cool.
That movie.
I don't think we had any direct scenes together.
Dennis Quaid, did you work with him?
Yeah, nice guy.
You know what's so? His brother Randy, I am obsessed.
What's going on?
When they do the movie, you should play the part. You could play the part. I am obsessed with him. Everybody doesn't know Randy Quaid has left the country with his wife Eve.
Again?
He lives in Canada. No, he lives in Canada, right?
Okay, but
he's still there.
I thought he had some trouble up there too. Like
did he?
Hotel bill. Yeah, I don't know where he is now.
Hey, Jason, 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Oh God, I am obsessed with them. I follow it on the thing.
Try to get him as a guest. That'd be fantastic.
Are you
just
kidding
say,
me?
What's going on?
I don't think he's here in the United States.
Well, then Skype the whole thing in.
That's what we should
Quaid,
do.
What is going on? Where are you? Or whereabouts, known or unknown?
I think he's one of the most wonderful character actors. I mean,
he's had a good career.
Everything from Lyndon B. Johnson to playing the prejudiced guy in Brokeback Mountain to being nominated for the film with Jack Nicholson.
Yes. But the Navy, Navy.
He's so great in it. John Travolta always talks about that. John Travolta also always talks about that all the time. He says he was on the Actors Studio and he was talking about it. He says, I was up for this movie and Randy Quaid got it. I was the better actor, but Randy was the part. He actually said that. And I thought to myself, John, you're a 2-time Academy Award nominating actor. Let it go.
I was the better actor.
Yeah, he said that on the show. They said you were the better actor, but he was the part.
Dude, I'm not sure.
I'm not either. I love John Travolta, but that was like, wow, let it go.
Wow, that's pretty... Whatever.
Let's go. There's another. We got the one more thing from T-Bone, which we were going to play last.
Great.
Play T-Bone from Full On Koechner. This is so funny.
T-Bone's TV. We've got upskirts. We've got security cam footage. Core work. The champion of liberty. Where are you going, buddy? Come on, turn. Uh-oh. Where are you headed? That's it. Turn. Oh, shit. That fateful glance. Is anybody watching? T-Bones is watching. Now we wait. What's he gonna get? Here we go. Oh, you look so relaxed, sir. Oh, a 30-minute. A man that can appreciate value. Probably skipped lunch. Pardon me, sir. Excuse me. Hey, would you care to purchase a souvenir photo of today's massage adventure?
Get lost.
Oh, sure, I appreciate that. We're all busy. Hey, do you want me to send this photo to the address registered to your license plate? Or would you like to purchase this one-time souvenir for the price of $150?
I don't want any problems.
Oh, there's no problem. Look at this here. Look, honey, I went to the Thai massage hunt. I got an HJ. Authenticated with a time stamp of when you went in and when you exited the park.
How many of these do you got?
Just the one.
How do I know you don't have more?
Really, sir? Is it so hard to find an honest man these days?
Here.
Oh, look at that.
Let's go. Get rid of them.
All right. Delete. 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 That's the end of you. Hey, dude. Just a little friendly tip. Next time you go to that massage parlor, ask for the guy.
Right.
A fella knows how to take care of a fella.
Yeah, all right. You take care.
You know, sometimes it's that random photo snapped by a stranger that's most impactful in our lives. T-Bone's TV!
T Radio V.
Why in the hell are you wearing flannel again? Does your wife realize she's married to a very handsome lesbian?
You know what? I'm into the flannel, man.
Rock the flannel.
Yeah,
we got
the thumbs up.
Jackie's liking it. Is it because you like the bad boys, Jackie? Like
I just like flannel in general.
Thank you.
Oh, I have flannel sheets, Jackie.
Well, I'm coming over tonight.
No, that's all it takes. Gay for pay.
Langdon Nation, Saturdays at 1 p.m. on T Radio V LA.
Radio V.
We come with a warning. Wasn't that cool?
I like that.
I wish that that warning could be played before I walked into a room.
Right, so that way people that would just be offended would just leave.
I know, I love it when people complain on Twitter, like, that's what the unfollow button's
Yeah,
for.
or like, I had someone who was following me on Instagram complain I posted like a shirtless picture.
I'm gonna follow all of the Suicide Girls and then complain that they're topless. Yeah.
Why are you getting naked? I don't get it.
The Suicide Girls, Thursdays at 6 p.m. on T Radio VLA.
You got me mad now. You idiots. Of all places on this table to put this belt,
These toys are
put
important.
it in front of the most important part of the show.
My car
Girls
gets
hate
hit
that.
for every episode. That'd be a great recurring
Girls
segment.
hate that.
now.
They're all here because they think I'm going to take my
I'm gonna
clothes
punch
off.
Johnny in the face, and then we're gonna watch Jen
Like
strip.
this.
Oh, that's
I love it. How am I? Thank you, Eddie. TRadioB.com.
Best in the world!
And kick ass.
It was too much radio for a Sunday morning.
You're watching and listening T Radio V.
So to make matters worse, we put it on TV. Billy Morrison, rock star, actor, with his super sexy sidekick, Chloe Dabbles. And co-host Rick Canny. Billy Morrison's Dirty Little Secrets coming up prime time. No more desecration and destruction on a Sunday morning. Now, Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Get this fucking guy out of my show.
Now we can piss off even more people.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Hey, we're back. Absolutely Jason Stewart with my guest, David Koechner. We were talking during the break, and, you know, I feel a very deep simpatico with you, honestly. I
Well,
mean, I
thank
think
you.
I met you for a reason. It's so strange because I have always, you know, being a gay person in this industry, you know, and for people who've never listened to my shows or anything about me, you know, I remember walking into a room and feeling like someone put a hand in front of my face.
Mhm.
That's the way it felt.
Well,
because I could
imagine-
tell that they were not interested, but I didn't know why, and I was so young, I didn't get that they just didn't
Um,
know what to do with a person
right.
like me, and also I didn't have the accoutrement
Mhm.
of, you know, in my 20s that I have now as I am
Right.
middle-aged.
Well, that's why we all get better. I mean,
Exactly.
being a gay person anywhere in the world is tough.
Yeah, so I have that. I always feel like I'm catching up to somebody like you.
Mhm.
I always feel like I'm, you know.
Well, here's what's interesting. I didn't work for a long time because my hairline didn't decide what it wanted to do.
Oh, right.
I was in the stages of balding, and my face is very young, so I don't look like
I had
this
the
or
same
that, so
problem,
you've-
yeah. I had hair things.
You're in between, exactly.
Tons and tons of hair
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
It's frightening.
yeah.
So you were telling me how you were sort of picturing what you wanted, and I've done that since I was a kid.
Sure.
Visualizations. I
You
saw
kind of
myself.
call it out, say that's what's going to happen next. That's what I want. I've never ever felt anxious about not getting work. I just always assume more work's coming.
Because you have five. We started talking. You have 5 kids,
Right.
And they're all within the last, I guess, 15 years.
Mhm, mhm.
And I'm thinking, man, that's a lot of pressure to 5 mouths to feed.
Right. I don't think about the pressure. I just think about there's more work coming. I never panic and think, oh, what's going to happen? But then I started thinking, well, why don't I just decide what it is I want? I wanted a 4-camera sitcom because that way you can stay in town and your workload is less. You can spend more time with your family. And I was working actually on Anchorman, and my makeup artist said, "Did you say thank you for it?" And I swear to you, I did. And then within a week, the series came. Crazy.
Whitey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm a big get down on my knees kind of guy about everything. You know,
Yeah.
even visually or, you know, about being grateful about everything
Be
that
grateful,
I get.
yeah. So I just said, well, I'm thankful for the series that's coming. And I swear to God, it came within a week.
No, I show
It's
up.
crazy.
I treat, if I'm in a you know, a music video or a Funny or Die video or a big studio picture or a network series or some independent thing, I treat them all exactly the same. And I think that it's really important to do that because it's your work.
Yeah.
And you have to have, and I take that from my dad. You know, I had a dad who was a Russian-Polish immigrant, came to this country, said, work hard, become, you know, the person that they need, that they can't live without.
Right.
And that's the way I've always worked.
That's great.
As a person. So I want to do the quiz with you,
Let's
which
do
is
the
called
quiz.
the Absolute.
Go ahead.
It's called the Absolutely Quiz now.
Absolutely Quiz.
And these are just questions that I love to ask. First one, what's your favorite movie?
I have two. One is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The other is Apocalypse Now.
Really?
Yes.
So you want to do dramatic work, I'm guessing.
I want to work. So if that comes up and it's something good, sure.
Yeah, see, I want to do both.
Yeah.
I think it's...
Why wouldn't we want to?
Some people always think that we don't.
Yeah.
And I can see that in you. You know, I can see that, you know...
Cheap Thrills is a thriller. It's not a comedy.
I look forward to seeing
Yeah.
that.
It'll be good.
Yeah. And then what's your favorite TV show? What are you watching?
Well, I'm not being arrogant. We don't watch a lot because we have to watch maybe what the kids want to watch. And
right.
So I don't have time.
So you're like you're.
Well, I've got a ton of stuff DVR'd or TiVo'd, and they just go away.
But do you watch stuff online?
I have not.
Because I'm obsessed with Dexter right now.
Look, I still haven't watched The Wire, which everyone says is one of the greatest. You see? My wife and I are going to sit down and go through our Netflix queue, or she just did Amazon Prime.
It's 5 years, though. It took me 2 months for 5 years.
I know.
You will become like a crack addict.
Yeah, I know. Well, Sopranos is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Oh, it is.
Faulty Towers.
Sopranos, the scene when Edie Falco comes in and tells him that she wants to leave him, because I thought she was the most despicable character on the show.
She was
to me,
such an amazing actor.
She's just,
oh man.
Yeah. I mean,
okay, let's keep going.
Oh yes,
all the questions.
Well, what's your favorite song?
I was thinking this the other day. You can't have one, but if I have one, I don't know. Beast of Burden by the Rolling Stones is so good because it starts with that augmented D that nobody can really do, and it's got so much great guitar stuff going on, and I can almost sing it. It's just out of my register.
Do you like the Bette Midler version?
I have not heard it.
Oh, that's
so probably less so. Although the Replacements version of off the Tim album of Can't Hardly Wait by the Replacements is also one of my favorites. If I hit it, I keep listening to it again and again. And also Balancing Act by, oh shit, it's going away. It's a punk band out of...
Isn't this what happens when you get over 40? All of a sudden things just go out and you don't know where it is?
Volcano Suns.
Oh my, I don't understand anything you just said.
It's okay.
I mean, I'm still wondering what Barbra Streisand is singing on her London tour.
People who meddle in my affairs when they think I'm not looking at them. But I am. It's a balancing act, and I can't.
Oh, better not sing too much. We'll have to pay for it.
Okay. They'll love the plug.
What's your favorite book?
Ooh, stuff by Stanley Elkin is one of my favorite authors. The Living End, I'll just say right now.
Oh, yes.
You know Stanley Elkin?
Yes, I've heard of The Living End.
He was a writer with multiple sclerosis, I believe.
Go to Amazon. I always say go to Amazon and get these things because a lot of times let you know that these writers, this is how they make their living.
I'll tell you another one that you'll love. You got to read this one, The Dick Gibson Show by Stanley Elkin. It's about a radio host. You'll love it. The Dick Gibson Show by Stanley Elkin. He's passed now, but my God, he's a very inventive writer, and it's a terrifically entertaining book. And this one, the Dick Gibson Show, is about radio, and the radio host keeps stealing his guest's voice.
Oh my
God!
You're
stealing my voice. They'll be speaking in their voice.
A comedian, Carrie Snow, said that to me when I was at the Comedy Store years ago. She said, "You're doing me." I said, "I've never met you."
It's kind of reminds me of Phil Hendry.
Oh, he was
still is amazing. You can find him somewhere. I'm sure he's got a podcast.
He was
one of the most amazing.
You know,
comic voices.
I was driving home from a gig somewhere, and I hear this guy yelling at himself on the phone. I go, "Who the hell is it?"
Yeah.
And this woman calls in, and people don't know that he would do all of the voices.
All the voices.
It's hysterical.
He's got a great charity called My Friend's House, which is near here, right?
I think so.
My Friend's Place, which is a great place for runaway teens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll look that up if anybody wants to help.
10 minutes, Jason.
Another question? We have time?
Yeah, we have. We're
right.
going towards the end. These are the last 3 questions.
All right.
One is a double question. First is my brand new question to this. What is the question you wish people would ask you and never do?
Before I say, I don't know.
Isn't that a great question?
Yeah, but I don't have one. I wish you'd ask me this. I don't have an answer for that. There's nothing I'm not wanting. Like,
So you don't
please
have
ask
that?
me.
Because I thought it was a great question. I thought that's interesting.
Nothing comes to mind.
I always want people to ask me about, something personal, something that where I'm at, and we've already talked about all that kind of stuff. Where you're at, what makes you tick. What's the thing that you want? Like, obviously, you want people to know that you're a really great guy. And you're like obviously a really great family man and a father.
Right.
I can tell that you really dig your kids. And who's the love of your life?
Well, my wife.
Yeah.
And my children.
Yeah. What's your wife's name?
Lee, L-E-I-G-H. And it's interesting that your show is called Absolutely Jason Stewart. Her website is Absolutely, L-E-I-G-H, Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is she an actress?
She's a personality.
Oh, how
You should have her on. She's amazing.
I would love that. Well, next time
So
you come
check
back,
her
we'll
out.
bring her. We'll bring
Check
you guys
her out
together.
on Twitter, Lee Koechner, at Lee Koechner, L-E-I-G-H-K-O-E-C-H-N-E-R.
She used your name?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a big mistake.
You
can't spell one person's name in the
I
family.
know,
Now we have to
let
spell
alone 2.
Exactly. So,
Another question? We have time?
We have 2 more. Yeah,
Let's keep-
we're cool.
I just want to make sure we get it in.
We're going to get it all in. I'm good at this. I've done this. How many more minutes? 1 minute.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so if you could have, no, I thought we had more. If you can hang with somebody, who would it be?
I'm doing it right now.
Dead or alive?
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, no one has ever said that. That is so cool. So how can people get
You
you?
should hang out with the person that you're with.
How
Be
can
present.
people? How can people get you?
Oh, at David Koechner on Twitter, or go to I have a Facebook page. More than that, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Full On Koechner.
And if you can't do that, you can't remember that, just go to jasonstewart.com, STUART, send me a message. I'll tell you how to get in front of him. Like me, tweet me, follow me. Thank you so much. Thank you for the whole staff here. Until next week at noon, right here with Absolutely Jason Stewart. Take care, everybody.
Right on.
You are watching T-Radio V. Radio and TV.
Anytime, guys.
Hi, I'm Curtis.
I'm Anthony.
And I'm Wes. And we're the worst show on the web.
Mondays at 9 p.m.
On T-Radio V.
Oh, that's nice. I'm not... I don't have insurance for that.
Okay. Don't smell my armpits. Outstanding. Warrant for her arrest. Outstanding ticket. Yeah. Outstanding warrant for her arrest. No, go ahead.
Shit, you keep it up, you're gonna get your own show here, dude.
Oh my God, I could just climb up this thing like a cat.
My second wife over there.
Let me do that again, because those words weren't even in that script. Toya hauled off to a nearby station. Hold on.
So you smelling my armpits, making it seem... No, you was smelling under here.
When you go downstairs, you'll see something on the street that'll make you
Squirrel.
forget. Get a
I
little
meant
closer.
downstage, so you're not.
Oh, let's speak for it.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna do it for real this time. What's up?
And then there was the time when my biological father called in.
That's right. We're catching you up on all your entertainment news and the latest hot topics, you son of a.
That was good.
It's your boy. You threw me. I'm real, and I'm Chance, aren't you?
Let's do it again.
Come on, baby. What's up, baby?
T Radio V. Radio in TV. What happened to your arm? You didn't do that.
Wow,
come on.
How can you forget? We've done it 3 times.